Hey everyone, welcome back to Dr. Matt the Acrobat Quarantine Series. Here we're going to do a nice yoga flow. So go ahead, start on your mat in a nice comfortable position. Put one hand on your heart and one hand on your belly and start focusing in on your breath. Feel your heart breathing, feel your heart beating, feel your belly expand and collapse. And just focus on what's going on inside your body. I want you to try to get rid of the craziness that's going on in your head due to the coronavirus and all the insane things that are happening due to it in the world. I know it's easy to feel unsafe, powerless, and vulnerable, but on your mat, you're just there alone, sitting safe, powerful, and protected. Go ahead, take a deep breath in. And breathe out. Again, inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. A nice deep inhale. And exhale. Feeling the heart beating. Feeling the belly expand, knowing that there's life inside your body. Everything is okay on your mat. Go ahead and on your next inhale, take your arms up overhead. And exhale the arms down back to your sides. Again, inhale your arms up over your head, relaxing your shoulders. Look up towards your hands. Exhale your hands down to your sides. Again, inhale your arms up overhead. Exhale your arms down to your sides. Now you're going to just bring the right arm up overhead, slide the left hand down, bringing your elbows close to the floor as you can, breathing here. Keep on turning up towards the ceiling, rotating the right arm higher up and back. And fold forward, feeling a nice stretch in your hips. Breathing here. Nice 5 big deep breaths in, deep breaths out. And bring your right hand over to the right, bend at the elbow, and rotate your body open, swinging the left arm up overhead and breathing here, looking up towards the top arm, and just focusing on your breath. Breathe into the belly and out through your mouth. Come back to sitting. And inhale the left arm up overhead. Nice side bend over to the right. And go ahead and bow forward, feeling the stretch in your hips. Just let everything relax, settling into your breath and waking the body up. Again, you are safe, you are powerful, and you are protected. Bring the left hand to the left side, and the right arm comes up overhead, turning your body up towards the ceiling. Breathing here, keeping the shoulders soft, keeping the front of the neck soft. If you notice that your jaw is gripping, loosen that grip in your jaw. And now you're going to go ahead and arch back, head goes back, and then reverse it and curl the spine down, looking down. And again, arch back, head goes back, and curl that spine and look down. Arch back and look back, and curl the spine and let your head fall. Arch back and look back, and let the head fall and curl the spine. Now extend those hips. If you're sitting on your heels, push the hips forward so your butt is no longer on your heels. A little bit more shoulder extension. Pull the belly button into the spine for support, breathing here. And release back down to a comfortable seat. Walk yourself onto your hands and knees. If you're sitting on a cushion, go ahead and bring it off to the side. And we're going to do cat-cows. Look up, arch the back, then round the spine, looking down. Look up, arch the back, curl the spine and look down. Look up and arch the back, and curl the spine and look down. Arch up and look up, curl the spine and look down. Arch your belly to the ground, looking up, curl the spine and look down. You're going to push into a child's pose and then come into kneeling. Bring your arms out to the side, bend at the elbows 90 degrees into goalpost arms. Arms back up, looking up, and pulse back down to goalpost arms. Rotate to the right, back to center, and rotate to the left, breathing out. Back to center. Bring the arms down to the ground or the hands down, leaving the elbows at shoulder height. Bring the arms back up. And again, look to the right, breathing out. Breathe into center. Look to the left, breathing out. Breathe into center. Keeping the elbows where they are, let the hands fall. Try to push the palms to the back wall. Raise back to goalpost. Breathe the hands up toward the sky. Bring the elbows back down. Exhale to the right. Breathe into center. Exhale to the left. Breathe into center. Exhale, swoop the hands down, palms facing the back. Inhale back to goalpost and all the way up towards the ceiling. And again, goalpost arms. Breathe out to the right. Breathe into center. Breathe out to the left. Breathe into center. Wave the palms to the back wall. Back up to goalpost arms. Breathe the arms up towards the ceiling. And the arms come down. Come back to a child's pose position and breathe here. Push to downward facing dog. I'm going to turn so you can see my body. Let your chest lower down. Start pedaling your feet one at a time. Bend one knee. Feel the stretch in the calf, then bend the other knee. Feel the stretch in the calf, the opposite calf, and keep on going back and forth. Fingers wide. Elbows, the inside of the elbows pointing, trying to turn towards your fingertips. Relax the neck. Have the shoulder blades riding down that back and settle into your downward facing dog. 5 big breaths here. Remembering to embrace the belly, push the chest down towards your legs as far as they can go. Let the heels fall to the ground. They might be a little bit elevated. Bring your right foot to your hands. Bend the back knee, bring the arms up overhead in your lunge, goalpost arms, pulse it back up, dive forward, and back up. Into your lunge, goalpost arms, arms back up, and dive forward. Breathe the arms up, goalpost arms, breathe out, hands to ceiling, and dive. Actually hold it here, and breathe for 5. Open up the arms out to the side. Bring your hands up, one hand to either side of the foot. Come back, knees, chest, chin, cobra, and push all the way to child's pose. Come up to downward facing dog. Other foot steps forward in between your hands. Swoop the arms up overhead, goalpost arms. Bring them back overhead and dive forward. Again, arms come up overhead, goalpost arms. Hands back up towards the ceiling and dive forward. Last one, bring the arms up overhead, goalpost arms. Breathe the arms back up, interlace your fingers, pointer finger towards the ceiling, breathing here. Trying to square off those hips, arch the upper back, pull in from the belly, open up the arms, bring them to either side of that foot, step that left foot back, knees, chest, chin, push to cobra, child's pose, curl the toes under, downward facing dog. Breathing. Step that right foot forward, bend the left knee, bring the arms back, goalpost arms, turn to the right, center, breathe out to the left. Again, breathe out to the right, inhale in, breathe out to the left. Inhale in, breathe out to the right. Inhale in, breathe out to the left. Arms back up, and dive forward. Step the right foot back, knees, chest, chin, cobra, and push to child's pose. Curl the toes under, push to downward facing dog, step the left foot forward. In between your hands, bend the right knee, swoop the arms up overhead, goalpost arms. Breathing out, turn to the left, breathe back in. Breathe out, turn to the right. Again, turn to the left and turn to the right. Focusing on your breath, shoulder blades riding down the back. Bring the arms up towards the ceiling, dive forward, push back, knees, chest, chin. Cobra, Push back to child's pose. Actually, we're going to hold the cobra for a few breaths here. Keeping the neck nice and long. And now you can push back to child's pose. Downward facing dog. Breathing here. Reset, push those heels down, come onto your hands and knees, and we're gonna do cat-cows with lion breath. Every time you look up, tongue goes out, nice forceful exhale. Breathe in, breathe in, curl, exhale. Again, go ahead, take a nice big inhale in, let it all out, exhale. Curl one more time. Come to neutral. Extend that left leg out. Engage the core and bring that right knee to nose. Breathing here. You got it. Your belly should be on fire. Around the spine. Internally rotate that right hip. Bring the left arm up towards the ceiling, looking up towards that hand. Modified side plank. Keep the fingers wide. Keep the right shoulder blade pulling back down your spine. Goalpost arm. And pulse it up. 2. Back to goalpost. Up overhead. Again, arm overhead, back to goalpost. Arm straight up to ceiling and bring it down. Go ahead and we're going to go knees to nose, internally rotate, hand up to ceiling, knees to nose, internally rotate that hip, back to side plank. Knees to nose, internally rotate that hip, left arm up for modified side plank, knees to nose, and step that bottom leg back into actual side plank. Try to find that balance. Look up towards the ceiling. Find stability, and that's the bottom shoulder pushing out hard into the ground. You are powerful. Breathing here. Bring that hand down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Breathing to downward facing dog. Hold here. Come back down into not child's pose, into hands and knees. We're gonna do cat-cows with lion breath. Here we go. Breathing out, tongue wide or out as far down as it can go, down your lower lip, and curl up. Curl in and push the belly out one more time. Come back to neutral. Extend that right leg, fire up the belly, left knees to nose. Breathing here. Internally rotate that left hip, place the leg on the ground, open the right hand towards the ceiling, widen those fingertips, shoulder blade goes down the back towards midline. Goalpost arm, bring the arm up overhead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bring the hand back to the ceiling. Push back, knees to nose, and then internally rotate that hip, arm to ceiling. So it's going to go knees to nose to modified side plank. And we're going to pulse a couple more times. Knees to nose, modified side plank. Knees to nose. And we're going to come to left side plank. Firing in the left arm. Making sure the right shoulder blade is fighting towards midline. Place the right hand on the ground, chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog, and breathe here. Go ahead and either walk or jump your feet to your hands and fold. Inhale the arms up overhead to Ardha Hastasana. Swan dive forward, flat back. Place the palms on the ground, walk or jump back. Chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Bring the right foot forward, arms up, warrior one, holding here. Squaring off those hips. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Relax those shoulder blades down. Bow forward, bring the right foot back. Plant that right foot on the ground, bring the right foot up. Bring the foot in between the hands, arms come up for warrior one, breathing here. Trying hard to square off those hips. Right foot at a 45-degree angle. Bow forward, bring that left foot back. Plant that foot back, walk or jump your feet towards your hands. Bow forward, flat back. Bow again. And roll on up. Bring the arms up overhead. Swan dive forward. Flat back. Place the hands on the ground. Walk or jump your feet back. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Bring the right foot in between your hands. Bring the arms up overhead. Goalpost arms and up. Pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bow forward. Bring that right foot back. Plant it down. Left foot. Plant it in between your hands. Warrior one. Goalpost arms and pulse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go ahead, bow forward, push back, and walk or jump your feet towards your hands, fold forward. Grab your big toes flat back and yoga toe lock fold. Breathing here. Bend your knees slightly. Have your arms active, pulling your head down towards the floor as much as you can, and focusing on your breath. Remember, you are safe, you are powerful, you are protected. Go ahead, flat back. Bend those knees deeply. Chair pose. We're going to do the same pulses with the arms. Keep it going. Arms up overhead. You got it. Breathing here for the final breaths of your Utkatasana. Go ahead, Vinyasa Flow. Push back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward, warrior two, and breathe. 5 big breaths here. Trying to rotate that right hip open as much as you can. Expand through the collarbones. Flip that right hand towards the ceiling. Go back. Holding here, feeling a stretch in the right side body. And bring the left arm overhead for side angle. Breathing here. Go ahead, cartwheel the arms down. Step that right foot back down into downward facing dog. Left foot steps forward. Push into warrior two. Expand through the hips and the collarbones, widening both that left hip, externally rotating it out. Flip the forward palm into reverse warrior, feeling a nice stretch in the left side body. Breathing here. And bring the right arm up overhead into side angle. Back to warrior two and cartwheel the hands back down. Step back. Downward facing dog. Step or jump forward in between your hands. Flat back and fold forward. Interlace the arms up and swan dive forward for a nice vinyasa flow your way. Chaturanga, upward facing dog, and push back to downward facing dog. Go ahead, step or jump forward towards your hands. Bring both your palms underneath your feet, flat back, and fold forward. Breathing here. Flat back, and swoop the arms overhead, bending the knees deeply, rotating to the left. Breathe. Expand the shoulders back, widen the collarbone. Keep your neck long, widen those fingers. Bring the right hand, hook it on the inside of the right leg. Have the left hand up towards the ceiling, rotating as much as you can with your upper body. Sliding those shoulder blades together. Place both hands down, flat back, walker, jump back, chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Bring that left foot forward this time, step it in between the hands, warrior two. Breathing here. Flip that top palm, and now we're going to wave back and forth. Reverse warrior to side angle. 2. Reverse warrior to side angle. 3. Reverse warrior to side angle. 4. Reverse warrior to side angle. Bring that right hand down. Bring the left arm up. Twist towards your left as much as you can. Holding here, looking up towards the ceiling. keeping strong in both your legs. And bring that left leg back into a side plank. Staying active, pushing out of the shoulder, pushing out of the right side body, lifting the left hip a little bit higher, turn back down, bring the left arm back, chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog, and then go ahead, come up, feet to hands, flat back, fold forward, and then swoop the arms overhead into goalpost arms, finding your chair pose and turn towards the right, breathing here. Bring that left arm to the inner left thigh. Straighten out the right arm, hand to ceiling, pulling the shoulder blades back and down, breathing here. Bring both hands down, flat back, plant the hands towards the floor, go back your way, chaturanga, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Right foot forward, and find your warrior two, breathing here. Trying to externally rotate that right hip a little bit further. Shoulders down and back, broadening your collarbone. Flip that top hand, and we're going to wave. Reverse warrior to side angle, back and forth 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. Plant that left hand down. Spin towards the right. Bring the right hand up towards the ceiling. Look up towards the right hand. Keep those legs strong. Step that right foot right on top of the left foot. Side plank. Engage through the left shoulder and the left side body. The right, yep. Bring that right hand down, upward facing dog to downward facing dog. Jump or walk your feet up towards your hands. Widen out your feet to the corners of the front of the mat and sit down into a yoga squat. Bring your hands to prayer center. If you need a block to sit on, go ahead, grab a block. Breathing here. Go ahead, open up, bringing the left hand down to the left side, right hand up towards the ceiling, turning with the upper body to the right. Come back to yoga squat. Now we're going to do the same thing, turning to the left hand up towards the ceiling, rotating through the upper body to the left. Back to yoga squat. Go ahead, walk your feet hip distance apart. Bend your knees deeply, arms up overhead. Bring that right knee up and send that leg back, bringing arms forward into warrior 3, finding the balance on the left. Holding here. Hold, hold, hold. Step back, heel off the ground, crescent warrior. Keeping the fingers interlace, pointer finger up, hold, and breathe. Staying strong in both legs. Goalpost arms, swoop down, bow forward, and arch back. Again, swoop, bow, and bring arms up overhead. Last one, swoop, bow, and arms come up. Goalpost arms, send the hands straight back up. Interlace the fingers, and then go ahead, release, pushing to warrior 2, straighten the front leg, pop the right hip back, lean forward, and bend down into your triangle pose. Breathing here. Bend that left knee and bring your weight all the way to the left foot. Bring the right leg up. into half moon, holding here. If it's within your practice, go ahead, bend that top leg, grab the right ankle, release the ankle if you grabbed it, bring both hands opposite side of your foot, try to square off that hip into standing split. Dip the free leg, the knee, you want to tap it to the ground. And then let's go ahead, rotate towards the left, getting a nice stretch in that left glute. Try to lengthen the spine as much as you can, hugging that left knee with the right elbow, and you're going to spin into a right side lunge, and you're going to pulse back and forth to right side lunge to left forward lunge. Right side lunge, and hold. Go ahead, walk your hands to the front, and you're going to plant both hands, go into a down dog split with the left leg up into the air, or a three-legged dog. Breathing here, and bend that knee, flip the dog over, push the hips up, looking up towards your hand. And flip the dog back, bring the leg up one more time, and step it forward for a pigeon pose. Look up and bend both arms with a flat back, squaring off your hips. Use blocks if necessary if you have them. And just settle in here, feeling a nice stretch in your left glute. You should be feeling quite warm by now, so just kind of sink into the floor, let the muscles massage out. Push back to a quick downward dog split. And go ahead, walk or jump your hands toward your feet towards your hands. Widen your feet out to the edges of the mat and sit down into Malasana, into your yoga squat. Breathing here. Open up, turning towards the right. Back to center. And turn towards the left. Back to center. Go ahead, straighten those legs, walk your feet hip distance apart, and sweep the arms up into chair pose, lifting that left leg up, bending the knee, and bring it straight back into warrior three. Arms up overhead, finding the balance on the right side. Try to square off those hips. Bring that back leg to the ground, heel up for crescent warrior. Interlace your fingers. Find the stability and breathe here. Goalpost arms. Back up. Internally rotate the shoulders, swoop forward, arch back. Again, swoop, arch. Swoop, bow, and arch back. Bend at the elbows, goalposts up, back up, bow forward, and come to warrior two. Straighten out that front leg, pop out the back hip, and make your way into your triangle pose. Keep on turning your chest up towards the ceiling. Shoulder blades back and down. Look down. Shift your weight onto the front leg. Here we go into half moon. Choose any variation that you would like. Grab the back ankle if it's within your practice. Push that hip forward. Feeling a nice quad stretch while finding the stability on that right leg. Release, bring the hand down, standing split. Stay here or start to bend your front knee, tap the back knee on the ground. Come back up into standing split, tap, and back up into standing split. Go ahead, make your way to a nice seat. Wrap your left elbow around your knee, your right knee. Turn towards the right. Try to extend out through the upper back. Feeling a nice stretch in that glute. And find a nice rotation here. Turn back, make your way into side lunge, pulse into regular lunge, back and forth 3 times. And hold the left side lunge. Have your hands in between your legs, finding support on your hands, and just relax in this pose. Stretching out the inner thigh, specifically this case the right inner thigh. Make your way back to a lunge. Push your right leg back all the way into downward dog split, holding here. Bend that knee, flip that dog. Look up towards your hand, push the hips up towards the ceiling. Breathing here. Go ahead, flip back over. Quick downward facing dog split. Push into a pigeon. And stretch on the right side. Breathing here. Let yourself melt into the mat. Enjoy this nice stretch out after all the hard work that you've done so far. And remember, on this mat you are safe, you are powerful, and you are protected. Use this vulnerability and think of it as a nice thing. Let yourself open up. Bring the leg back for a quick downward facing dog split. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Bend your knees deeply and come to a seat. Bring your arms out in front. Lift one leg up at a time. Boat pose. Engaging your core. Try to lift your chest. And let yourself just stay in the moment. Come back all the way. Don't let your feet touch and come right back up. Goalpost, arms, legs straight. Arms up overhead or to your side. Back to goalpost. Legs up into boat. Goalpost and boat. Back down. Goalpost and boat. Back down. Goalpost and boat. Bring the arms up overhead, holding your boat pose, and pulse. 2, 3, remember to breathe. 4, almost 5, and back down. Take a quick breather. Extend the legs out in front, and you're going to rotate with goalpost arms into boat and other side. 1, 2 more. Over to the right and down. Over to the left and down. Last one, you got it. And relax. Good job. Take a second for yourself. I'm going to turn so you can see me a little bit better. Reach your arms up overhead. Breathe really quickly. And now bring your hands back to your sides, making your way into a bridge position. Scoot the shoulders underneath. Slide them in towards each other. Lift those hips up. Squeeze those glutes. Breathing here. Come on down. Bring knees to chest really quickly. And take your time coming either into a bridge again, or you can put your hands up by your ears. Push first your hips up towards the ceiling. Shift your weight onto your shoulders, then into your hands and up into wheel if this is in your practice. Try to have equal weight in your hands and your feet. Breathing here. And slowly back down, rock and roll. On the next rock, go ahead, bring the feet up overhead into plow pose. Have your hands supported on the ground. Legs can be straight or slightly bent. Breathing here. If this is not in your practice, go ahead, get a block, put it underneath your lower back and just lift the legs up towards the ceiling. If you are in this position, try to bend your knees more deeply, support your back with your hands. And slowly roll on down. Let yourself just melt into the mat, get into a comfortable position. Stretch the legs out. Bring the arms to the sides. And slow down your breathing. Make your lips soft. Let your tongue just fall back into the back of your throat. And just relax. There's nothing you need to do at this moment. Just breathe, melt. Don't even focus on your breathing. Just let yourself be, because you are safe, you are powerful, and you're protected. You can stay here for as long as you'd like, or go ahead and start waking your body up. Toes, and then hands and feet, and then knees and elbows, shoulders, hips, rock side to side, and roll onto your right. Slowly make your way back to a seated position. Whatever's most comfortable for you, either cross-legged or kneeling. Have your hands, place one hand on your heart, one hand on the belly. Closing your eyes or keeping them closed. Breathing here. Just sealing in your practice with one final Om whenever you're ready. Namaste. Thank you.